my name is Katie and I'm the Interim Director Curator here at the Clark Historical Museum. Today we'll be learning a little bit more about an ongoing project here at the museum, having to do with this apron. If you're not familiar with it, we're standing in Neelis Hall right now. This is the Native American wing for the museum. And it includes a variety of items from baskets to tools to regalia and many other items having to do with local tribes in the area. Now traditionally, in a variety of dances that are held each year, you'll see women wearing dresses. And these are very specific types of dresses that are made up of two pieces, an apron and a skirt. Now this is an apron, it goes in the front, while the skirt wraps around the back. When this apron was donated to the museum, it came here without a skirt, so it's unable to be used. What we're working on right now is to create a skirt that goes with this apron in the hopes that the item can go out as a pair and dance. It's really important that we're able to get some of our items out to dance due to their spiritual needs.
Hi, my name is Lynn, and I am a volunteer with the Clark Museum. I'm here today to talk about how to clean pine nuts. We're currently cleaning pine nuts to make a wrap or a skirt for an apron that is orphaned in our collection. This apron has bear grass, and it has a few pieces of metal on it, and it has, of course, our pine nuts. A whole pine nut looks like this. It's black, and when we get them, what we have to do is tumble them. When we tumble them, it takes the color off, the black color off. So in order to take the ends off of a pine nut that's been tumbled already, you have to have either sandpaper or a sander like this. This makes it easier when you have hundreds of pine nuts to clean. So you can turn this on, hold it with the pliers to keep your fingers safe, lean it on the metal base here, turn it on. So what you're looking for is to see the top of the pine nut like that, a big enough hole that you can poke out with paper clip to get the meat of the nut out. It's important to get the nut out, otherwise insects will get into the pine nut. Okay, so we are here today cleaning pine nuts. The tools we're using are a toothpick, a bent paper clip, and a dental brush. I like the dental brush for taking the paper out in the end. So I usually start with the paper clip because this can be a difficult part in the beginning. The nut is a little hard. And you'll see that there's just a little coming out right now. Eventually I'll poke through and I'll get more out. So you can see little pieces start to come out. That's why I keep a paper plate underneath so I have something to catch those little pieces that come through. Now my toothpick may or may not fit all the way through. There we go. So I can use that and still get more meat out, like so. In this case though, because that one end is so small, I'm going to use the toothpick, or use the paper clip again. And when you clean this out, I know you're going to think it's clean, but you need to double check it and even triple check it, because little pieces can stay in there. I usually hold the nut up to a light source where I can look through it, or even down when you've got like a white paper plate in front of it, so you can see if any pieces are still stuck in there. See, there's some of that little paper there coming out. You can see it here. That paper is the outside of the little pine nut meat that's inside. It's kind of like the skin on a peanut. Get some bigger chunks out now. If you're lucky, you'll get a pine nut once in a while that has a dried up inside and it just pops right out for you. Okay. Now you can actually look through this and see that there's still a piece inside. So that tells me I have more cleaning to do. And this end is a little more open now so my toothpick fits. Yep, there's a big old chunk. I'm going to go through one more time with the brush, make sure any of that paper isn't stuck in there. Nope, something's still stuck in there. You have to really scrape the sides on the inside because that's where a lot of stuff gets stuck. One more piece I can see in there. Yep, it's some of that little brown skin I was telling you about that's in there. And then when your pine nut is clean, you should be able to look through it and not see anything stuck on the inside. And that's how you clean a pine nut.
We estimate it'll take about 2,000 pine nuts to complete the skirt that'll go along with this apron. Thanks to the Sir Optimus Club of Eureka, we've received funding to help pay for the pine nuts and for different supplies that we'll be needing, including leather, to make the skirt that goes with this apron. Before COVID hit, we were hosting small dressmaking workshops where people would come together to learn how to process pine nuts and eventually learn how to make other parts of the dress as well. We've had to put those on hold due to COVID, but once we're able to safely gather again, we look forward to bringing these workshops back and helping to teach members of the public how to process pine nuts and how much work goes into making some of these skirts. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something new. And thanks as always from the Clark Museum for your long-time support.